What's going on YouTube? Cloverbells here, back with another Scarlet Violet video, and today we're hopping back into the rank ladder to showcase a pretty cool take on Calyrex-Shadow Rider Zamazenta here. So this is a team made by Hisuian-Samurott, and he was able to use this to win the near 300 person Teru Fest, which was a in-person Japanese tournament. Of course, that was in Japan, but it was also open to, players from outside of Japan. So we got to see, people like Joseph Ugarte, aka Joe UX9, and, Poke Alex. They were able to come in and also participate in this tournament here. So it was actually really, really cool to see. I saw some pictures. Yeah, everyone's relatively happy, especially, afterwards when they went out to celebrate it a little bit. Anyway, so like I said, this is a pretty cool take on Shadow Rider Zamazenta because it's a pretty unique Chien Pao sec over here. So this is an Assault Vest Chien Pao, which is really good depending on particular matchups here. So, of course, with the Assault Vest, you now have access to 4 attacks as opposed to 3 because, again, normally Chien Pao, whether it's Life Orb or Focus Sash, it'll always have Protect, which means you have 3 other attacks. But in this case, now we have a little bit more development as we get closer and closer to the Worlds. Now we've got Assault Vest Chien Pao with Ruination and Ice Shard here. And that's really, really good because, again, remember what's the value behind Ruination. You're able to, chip things for half health and put things in range for something like Astral Barrage or even like Body Press from Zamazenta. Because our Calyrex is Focus Sash and not Life Orb or doesn't have Nasty Plot, we need a little bit more damage on some Pokemon before we can steamroll and pick things up, right? So Ruination can do that. Chip something for 50%, and then that could potentially put something in range for an Astral Barrage, to pick up, right? But in addition, Ruination is able to, chip something like a Lunala for half damage, break Shadow Shield, and then you could just KO it next turn with something like Sucker Punch if it hasn't, terrestrialized already. Or again, put it in range for something like a Heavy Slam if it goes for like the usual Terra Fairy idea, right? The Calyrex here has Encore, which is pretty good against stuff like, Fake Out on that initial turn. So this way you can like kind of trap them a little bit. And then you have just regular Astral Barrage and Psychic, very standard set there. Zamazenta is also relatively standard. But again, Chien Pao is also, like I said, Ice Spinner here, also very valuable against stuff like Miraidon, removing terrain, super effective damage there. And then, of course, you still have Priority Sucker Punch, which is relatively strong. All right, then you've got Choice Scarf Chi-Yu here. It doesn't have Snarl. Instead, you've got 3 fire attacks and, Dark Pulse there. So a little bit more of an aggressive Chi-Yu. And then you've got the 2 grass ideas here with Amoongus and Ogerpon. So double redirection support here. But you still have Sturdy on your Ogerpon here. So you still need 2 attacks to remove this. But otherwise, I still think Ogerpon is necessary because things like Volcarona could kind of sit in front of this, especially after like 1 or 2 quiver dances and then just kind of steamroll you there. So you need something to hit the Volcaronas with, and having rock coverage is going to be important there. So Ogerpon, great use there. And then Amoongus, of course, that's for your Trick Room matchup. Ideally, you can click Spore in the Trick Room ideas. Ideally, the Calyrex-Ice Riders are going to have Miraidon. So it's going to make it a little bit more difficult to get off a Spore, but at the very least, you can still go for Terra Water and, still make like Sludge Bomb plays and whatnot. No Pollen Puff here, but that's still like okay. Anyway, most of the team is like relatively standard. It's just this Assault Vest Chien Pao that's really, really cool here. So hopefully we can showcase it in today's video. So without wasting further time, let's just go straight into the ranked battles. What the heck is that? Is that a Samurott? Bro, you could have put Urshifu in that slot. That's the... Well, okay, no, I shouldn't say that. That's Water Dark. Okay, And Rillaboom and that Lunala. Kyogre, Lunala with Tornadus and Farigiraf. Very interesting. Alright, so Farigiraf's actually going to be somewhat annoying just because, again, we can't like click priority moves, right, with our Chien Pao. But, again... How do I want to bring this? I think just bleeding. I think Chien Pao as a lead still like looks pretty good. Along with who else? I think the classic lead with this, right? And then I still want Zom and Calyrex in the back. I think this is still what I want to do. I know he's got like Farigiraf there, but yeah. I just think the AV, especially with like Ruination for Lunala, is gonna be like important for something like this. So let's see. Alright, Samurott Tornadus. Okay, that ends up being okay for us, right? Because we led a grass type and an ice type here. Alright. The question is are you sash on that Samurott there? I don't think there's anything I really want to Terra besides the chest. So I can take the... I don't even know if I need to, right? Like, you might just protect on that thing. We can still click Ice Shard here. And then... you can click Wood Hammer on this as well. You just blow it up. Let's see. Okay, he just protects. Alright, so he's got Protect. Okay, we've got the Ice Shard here. Okay, that's good. Alright, there's the Tailwind. Alright, you know, fine and dandy. Okay, Wood Hammer. Now what I'm going to do is this. So I'm going to protect our Ogerpon here. Right, just in case, but... yeah, again, I'm still going to, like, pressure with Ice Shard. I can even, like, click Ice Spinner. Now that he knows... alright, so now we're going to have to think a little bit more. What does he want to do with this? Does Kyogre come in? Is my question. Do I read that? Do I read that? Does Kyogre come in on the Tornado slot? Alright, I can still click Ruination over here just to get some chip damage. Bro, let's see it. I want to see Kyogre come in on the Tornado slot. Show it to me. I know you're afraid. Show me the Ice Resist. He's thinking about it. Oh, yo, is this guy... please tell me this guy... oh, man. Listen, if this goes down to it, that's fine, man. You know, Sacred Sword, that's okay. You know, we got the sash here. So we're going to get the free switch into something. Oh, he actually crit me. All right, that's kind of funny, man. All right, Ruination comes out. A little bit of chip here, right, into the Samurott. And then give me the free Kyogre kill. Yeet Hammer. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, I know how these people want to play. Okay. So we get a free switch. Oh, man. That's funny. That's funny. Now we can go into Zamazenta, I do. Right? And then let Calyrex be the late game cleaner. Alright. Oh, there's Lunala. Okay, we're kind of chilling here a little bit. Okay, he has Sacred Sword. Alright. Again, like, he's got to Terra something. Right? He's got Tornadus in the back. So this is all his offense here. Alright. So, again, Ruination can come out here just to deal some chip. And then we can still, like, body press. I have Terra Dragon here. I don't think we need the Terra Dragon. What am I afraid of on that thing? Actually, it's got Sacred Sword. Why don't we just Terra this? Yeah, let's go for the Ruination now. And then we can just body press over here. I think this will be okay. This is what we want. Yeah, there's the Terra. Show me the Terra Fairy. Alright, which will make you weak to Heavy Slam later. Show me the Terra Fairy. That's the Terra Fairy. I was going to say, is that Psychic or something? Hold on a second. Alright. Terra Fairy. Perfect. That's fine by us. Alright, because if he's going for Moonblast, we got the Terra Poison on the Chien Pao here. Question is, does he protect on Samurott? That's the other thing. Didn't consider that part, but let's see. Okay, he went for Sacred Sword. Even better. Perfect. Alright. Meteor Beam! Oh, okay, we got an AV though. Unless this is going into Zamazenta. We got free Ruination chip on that thing. Alright. Okay, we should eat this. Oh, AV Chien Pao's so good, bro. There you go. Ruination. Free chip damage. Goodbye Shadow Shield. Alright, Body Press comes out. Alright, that's good news for us. Okay, and again, we got a Sash Calyrex waiting as well. This is good. That was your only Meteor Beam. Tornadus? Listen, if only we didn't have Ice Shard. Okay? So, I think we keep this relatively simple. Ice Shard this, priority move is great, and then just Heavy Slam this. Tell me what's the... We don't even need the Calyrex. AV Chien Pao, the new development of the meta, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. With Ruination. This is exactly why you want AV Ruination. For stuff like this. For stuff like this. Alright, come on. There's not a whole lot you can do here. I don't even think +1 Moongeist be... Okay, you got Protect on your Tornadus. Alright, fair enough. Alright, does +1 Moongeist beat the Zamazenta? Or like, does +1 Moonblast? Or do you even have Moonblast? Alright, there's the Moongeist. Does that beat Zom? There's no way, right? Zom is bulky. Alright, Zom, live. Okay, oh yeah, we easily eat that. Yeah, there we go. Alright, enjoy. Perfect. Alright, that's it. Calyrex-Shadow Rider, who needs it, man? You just need Chien Pao, AV, Ice Sharding things, next to Zamazenta and whatnot. Ogerpon is also like really, really good. Alright, there's no more Tailwind. That's it, man. Here, I'll show him the Calyrex just for the memes. Right, a little bit. Alright, he's just canceled the battle. Good job. Alright. Well done, well done. AV Chien Pao, man, really good there. Okay. Oh, Miraidon Kyogre. Okay. You know, another one of those uncommon pairings there. You've got Farigiraf and Iron Hands. There's your core. You've got Tornadus for speed, and you know, you've got Tailwind, Water Spout plays, and then there's Volcarona. Oh, not amazing. I'll tell you what though, a game like this is where Ogerpon could be pretty good, because again, we've got the rock damage for Volcarona and the Tornadus, and then at the same time, we also have the grass coverage for the Ogre, and we still have redirection support. So honestly, I think even like Chien Pao looks pretty good here. Like Chien Pao in this looks great, and then in the end game, you know, probably, you know, something like this, Zamazenta and the Calyrex. I think this is what I want to do. Let's see if the Ogre can come in clutch with something like this. And I'm respecting Volcarona there. And just sturdy overall is just relatively solid. But we'll see how he leads. And we also have to kind of see where he has the sash there. It's probably just a Tornadus, right? You know? I can't imagine Volcarona having a sash or something like that. Alright, here we go. Tornadus. Alright, there we go. So he led the two things that are weak to rock. So we have some ideas. Alright. So what I can do is I can Ice Shard here. Right? I can Ice Shard. I can even like Ice Spinner technically. If he redirects, that's bad. Right? So I might have to just like chip with the Ice Shard here. And just go for the Ivy Cauldron right now into the Volk. Force the potential Protect here. Well, we'll see. Or maybe force him to Terra right now. That'd be another play. But let's see. Let the Volk. Right, let the Firebug. Okay, there's the Protect. That's good news for us, in a way. Okay, here's the Ice Shard. Free damage. Would love a crit. Okay. Potential Sash broken. It's actually just Tailwind. That's okay. Right? Because again, we do have the Shard. Alright, Ivy Cauldron just gets whipped here. Alright, now he can like Tailwind Bleak Wind, but he can't attack again if we just keep pressuring with Ice Shard here. So I can still go for this, ideally. Alright, I know he clicked Tailwind, but we're gonna ensure that he only gets one attack off here. Now the Volcarona is forced to really do something. Maybe he Terras. Right, now he knows I have Ice Shard. He's like, oh wait, I can't double attack here. We might see a switch out. Or he just lets the Tornadus die. Alright, yeah, he's just gonna switch it out. Alright, so what comes in its place? Is it Iron Hands? It's Miraidon. Oh, what? You're giving me Miraidon Ice Shard damage? Okay? Alright, I accept. Alright. Ah, the defense boost. Ooh, is that gonna matter? It might. Did he Terra? Yo, alright, he Terra. Alright, so at least there's that. So we did force the Terra, which means Miraidon does not Terra. Okay? This is probably... Oh, it's grass. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna do, like, maybe not the greatest of damages here. So my guess is he probably just goes into the Chien Pao slot. Alright, that's decent damage in my opinion. Alright, there's the Fire Dance. Is this going into... Yeah, he went into... Oh, we actually eat that. You know, thank you, Assault Vest. He's like, huh? Alright, he does get a special attack boost. We get the Ivy Cudgel off. That's pretty decent damage in my opinion. Alright, and again, we still have the Ice Shard pressure, man. So... I mean, and we still have Sturdy on this thing. So, I can still... Oh. Still have Zamazenta and whatnot. So, I can't let that Volcarona, like, steamroll me. So, I think here, we still go for the Ice Shard on this slot. He Terra Grass. And now, we just click follow me, in my opinion. Let's see what he does here. He might just protect, who knows? Ah, good protect there. Alright, we could have even zapped the Miraidon there. Good protect. Alright, is this just Dazzling Gleam though, is my question. Alright, because I think Pao can take that, maybe. Okay, it's just Volt Switch. Alright, so there's the pivot. There is the pivot. So he was willing to let me take Miraidon out for free, ideally. There's Tornadus again, which we can also Ice Shard technically. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I still want to Ice Shard this. Like, get rid of that off the field. And go for the Cudgel on this end. I might even just go Terra Rock, just to try and live. Is that recommended? How many turns of terrain is he's got? Oh, he's got one more turn of Tailwind. Oh no. Alright, so I might have to just ideally do this, and then maybe just literally take him out with this. Just so I don't die. It's gonna swap the Volk. Alright, so what's taking the Ivy Cudgel? Kyogre? Bro. Okay. So if he was gonna do that, then I need a Terra. Alright. Alright, so he reset his Volcarona stuff. And we're doing this so that he cannot click Tailwind again. This is still going to do like a lot of damage, man. Alright. Alright, and but we get a nice little defense boost. Not going to matter, of course. Alright, Ice Shard Tornadus. Alright, see you later. Thanks for coming. Alright, this was the more important threat, right? We can't let him get the speed control here. And now we get a free Ivy Cudgel with our Terra, of course. A yeet! Oh, see you later, Kyogre. Thank you for coming, man. Alright, no more Tailwind. No more Kyogre. It's just Miraidon. Who, again, has to deal with Ice Shard. Alright. And Volcarona, who also has to deal with Ice Shard. Alright, Miraidon is out. Alright, and of course, there is the Volcarona. Ideally, Volcarona probably just protects here. I would expect so. So I'm just going to click Ice Spinner here, call it, and again we can still click follow me. Let's see this, just to protect ourselves here. Yeah, see, there's the protect. You know, the real threat is this Miraidon here. All right, so there's the follow me, of course. All right, we'll blow him up right now. All right, it is it. Oh, discharge. Okay, we have an AV. I don't know if we live. Oh, bro. Discharge? Okay, so are you locked into that? Is my question. Okay, wow. Alright. Discharge. I respect it. That's crazy. So if you're locked into that, then can I just click Wide Guard for the rest of the game? And clean up? Okay. And I can just keep clicking Astral Barrage here. We get a defense boost. So, yeah, I mean, we can click Wide Guard here, and I would assume Astral Barrage just picks up here. Yeah, we should outspeed everything. Okay, yeah, he says, yeah, I'm canceling. All right, so good job, Ogerpon. Good job, Chien Pao, especially, you know, the Ice Shard coming in the clutch, and even like the AV to an extent there. So, yeah, we'll definitely take that. All right, we got JC running a Calyrex and Miraidon screens. Oh yeah, so it's like Incin and Landorus. This is a very common rendition running around here. Could be Ruination. I'm sorry. Could be Leech Seed. Could be just the standard high horsepower clear amulet set. Who knows what kind of variation they're wanting to run? But one would assume that that is a Life Orb Landorus, and the Miraidon is either Scarf or it's either Assault Vest. But I think the Incin on these teams is Assault Vest, which means the Miraidon is probably Scarf. So that being said, this is a game where, like, you know, Assault Vest Chien Pao can actually come in clutch here. Just because we have the AV for the Miraidon especially. And then, you know, we can also deal pretty big damage into Landorus, which they may want to bring against our Zamazenta. And then maybe we might have to play with a Calyrex-Chi kind of idea here. Grimmsnarl is actually relatively annoying, believe it or not. Okay, how about this? Let's go Chi-Yu and Calyrex in the beginning. Then we'll go with Zamazenta and... yeah, actually, we'll just go with the first four here. Alright, the Rock Ogerpon is not bad. I definitely considered it. Even the Amoongus here, but with Miraidon, who knows? But I have to see what he wants to lead here. If it's like Incin Calyrex here, you know, just like fake out Trick Room stuff, maybe. We'll see. But yeah. Just all depends on what he wants to do here. All right, there we go. That's exactly what I thought he might do. Incineroar, Calyrex lead here. Okay, you know, again, the Incin looking pretty good against our Calyrex. So we have a few options here. You know, we could easily just protect and Encore, ideally, right? You know, just to Encore the Incin's fake out. The Chi-Yu here, you know, we can just easily blow up with something like Overheat. We can definitely force out a Terra right now. You know, if he goes for the fake out onto the Chi-Yu, right? Then that means maybe no protect here. Alright, so how do I want to do this? Let's see. I could just blow up the Calyrex right now if he fakes it out. Okay, sure. Alright, we could just do this. And I can still land an Astral here. Right? So this way, let me see what he wants to do here. I just want to lead aggressively here. Yeah, see, there's the fake out. I could have also just Terra Ghosted right there. And then just went for Glory on the Calyrex. But he didn't even Terra, so this is just an Astral. Now, they're EV to live this, right? Especially because I am not a Life Orb set. So this is probably just Trick Room here. So, you know... oh, he didn't Trick Room. Wait a second. Alright. Okay, hold on. That might be pretty good for me. Alright, so there's Leech Seed. So there might be a Protect coming out here, right? You know, just to get a little bit of recovery. And then I kind of want to save the Chi-Yu for later. So I could just fake out the Incin right now. And still go for a Heat Wave or something like this. Yeah. Good Heat Wave. And then we can just Encore the Incin technically, right? So we do have to hit this Heat Wave, right? You know, just in case he doesn't protect, which he's definitely going to like protect and whatnot. But we can Encore this Incin here. Yeah, see, there's the Protect. That's a easy thing to read there. All right, I need to even go for Trick Room. So we'll just get essentially free damage here on the Incin as long as we hit. Yeah, we do. All right, decent chip, right? And then we go for the Encore. Okay, and now he's just going to click Fake Out and whatnot. Alright, and there is a set Fake Out here. So, we can pressure the Calyrex. He might just be inclined to switch it. And the Incin, he might stay in, technically. But, you know, he's also inclined to switch that too. Just because, again, it is like Encore and whatnot. So that means we can get in position, you know, when we can bring in the Chien Pao here. And then this will prepare us against like Miraidon stuff. Yeah, because you know he might just like have to. Yeah, or I can technically just stay in, right, and just deal like all this damage. Right. I still want to bring in Chien Pao anyway, just to reset my Chi-Yu and then preserve it later, and then still go for the Astral here. He might switch both here, but we'll see. Okay, he's actually, yeah, see, there's the swap on the Incin, right? He doesn't want to let it die to me. So it's, again, it's just free Astral Barrage damage. Oh, he actually brought Grimmsnarl on the back. That's very interesting. Usually you don't see that. Oh, he gets the double, bro. Oh, very, very fortunate for him. Yeah, because if we just get that, then, you know, that's one restricted. We're going to +1. But now because he did this, this is not great either. Alright, so he does get the double. Now he might be inclined to switch out and bring in Incineroar on that slot in particularly. So we might have to also account for that. This is also where Zamazenta is looking pretty good in the potential endgame here. Yeah, but that's definitely not great either. Alright, so we can get free damage here. I don't want to even like try and get Sucker Punched on my Calyrex here. See, Chien Pao is not looking in a great spot. So what we can do is just free. Not even sure what we do here. We can just Ruination here. Just free chip. It's not great. I'm gonna go into Zam here, just because I think Incineroar is coming back into that slot. Yeah, again, getting the double really helped in there. So we're gonna have to manage a little bit more here. I would expect Thunder Wave coming out here, maybe even Light Screen potentially. Or, okay, he's just going to actually just Terra here. Okay, so he Terras the... So is this probably... Is this just Leech Seed and then just like setting up Light Screen? Okay, oh, it's actually just Thunder Wave. Alright, and he didn't on... Oh, he did on the Chien Pao. Very interesting. Hold on a second. I don't think he remembers on the Dark type. Alright, that's pretty decent chip damage there. Alright, and it is just a Glacial Lance. That's okay. Right? Because, you know, we don't take a whole lot there either. Okay. And again, we expect the Calyrex to ideally protect on that slot. You know, we can still punish it technically. Right? It's going to be also very close. But I think Ruination is also like a pretty good damage dealer here. I think now he wants to potentially take the turn to set up his screens. I don't have a great way to hit Terra Water. Okay. I do have the Sucker Punch play still. And I can still technically body press. Or, yeah, actually I could even like Heavy Slam over here. Right? So we'll see. Maybe Thunder Wave comes out here. Alright. Oh, he did? Oh, he went for Trick Room then. Uh-oh. That's bad. Alright, Thunder Wave comes out. Wow, so I could have just took out his Calyrex. Well, that's not great for me. Alright, so we'll take out Grimmsnarl at least. And Incin probably coming in. Oh, it's actually just Leech Seed there. Alright, so we can easily switch out that slot, but not completely great. Again, I would imagine it's just Incin and Miraidon in the back. Now that we got rid of Grimmsnarl. And, you know, that's probably a Protect coming out. So, my Chien Pao's on the clock here. But we have to be smart with how we use this. And, you know, he can just easily fake out again. Alright, there's the Incineroar. Okay, I would imagine it's just fake out Zamazenta. Alright, and then maybe a potential Protect there. So our Chien Pao is actually decently bulky, right? And, you know, he can remove the Assault Vest if he wants. But, yeah. We still have Chi-Yu over here. This could be just Fake Out and then Trick Room, ideally, right? So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to still make this play. Still, like, so close here. I'm going to just try and take out the instant here. Alright. Yeah, this is definitely the trick. Oh, he's actually... Oh, he has Flare Blitz. Oh, okay, yeah. So he's definitely AV there. So he takes out my Chien Pao. Not great. Okay, but... Did he click Leech Seed is my question. Alright, we do get off the body press here. So we still have the Chi-Yu on the field. We get a crit there. Alright, instant does go down there. Alright, and it actually is just Leechy. So my Zamazenta is also definitely on the clock here. Alright, and probably Miraidon's coming in here. Yeah, so we got that wrong. We didn't go for the Fake Out there. Okay. Miraidon coming in. Okay, we can still do this. We can lead this. Now, let me see what he brought as his last one here. It's actually Urshifu and not Miraidon there. Okay. Alright, that might be good. I'm not really sure. Because, who knows, maybe Calyrex just protects here. Alright, so here's what we're going to have to do. I think we just have to go on the Urshifu here. And then... Probably this is what you Terra. Right? Or maybe even like the Calyrex, potentially. Because we can't Terra Dragon in front of the Ice type here, so I think we just have to go into Body Press. Alright, we are modest, so we have to hope that he's not like Jolly. So there's the Protect. That's good for us, because we went all in on this Urshifu over here. Right? So there's the Dark Pulse. Maybe we get a Lucky Flinch here, which is really what I want. Alright? He gets the Surging. He takes out Chi-Yu. That's okay. We just have to not get parried here and get off this Body Press. Alright, so Zamazenta, it's all on this. Okay? And we get off a Body Press. Alright, so that's good. Okay. That is not great. Alright, more recovery for them. Oh, man. This is why I want, like... Max Impish Zamazenta, right? Because that's where like I can get the KO there, but it's Impish 156, the second bump, not even the third bump here. Yeah, I don't have a way out of this now. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So from here, I'm just gonna have to Terra. I don't think I can really do anything after this. Yeah, and just Body Press. And we just have to hope he's like not Scarf or something. Maybe he's banned. Yeah, that's unfortunate because I thought there maybe, you know, if it's a 2-on-1, I have a Terra Ghost, Calyrex, Astro Barrage single target, and then, you know, I still technically can outspeed that Ice Rider. But because I didn't get the KO, this makes it a little bit harder now. Alright, so now we just have to see if this Ursh is in fact Scarf. Or if it's just banned. Let's see. Oh, he's not! He's banded! He's not Scarfed! Alright. Gotta play for it. That's good damage. Okay. That is pretty good damage. And now we're +1. Now, what did you do with this? Alright, there's the Body Press. Oh, he lives on 1! And he Leech Seeds. Okay, that's fine. Because again, all he probably just protects here. Alright, Calyrex is also on the clock now. I think he just needs like a double here. To maybe give himself a chance. This is the turn that you want to get parried. Alright, all this recovery is not going to matter. The single target Astro is definitely going to pick him up. Okay? See, on the flip side with this team, this is where like you want the Scarf on the Ursh. But... you know, that was on the Miraidon. You know, technically, what we could do something funny. We could just Encore and Leech and then just Body Press. So this way he can't protect, but... Yeah, we can just do this. Let's try this. Yeah, so he just protects there, right? So I think he just has to get the double here. If he gets another double, I'm gonna go crazy. Alright, that's the turn I want to get paralyzed. That's the turn I want to get paralyzed, right? Because, yeah. Alright, so he's get all this recovery. Man, double Leech Seed. Okay, Calyrex does, you know, hang on here. Now, again, we are +1. We should be fine. I think he needs another double to win this. Will he get another double? Right? That's the question here. Alright, we played for this endgame. Alright, now we just have to go for it. It should be enough. And now we just go for a body press. Does he get a double? Oh, not twice! I'm sorry! Alright, now we just pick him up here. Alright, good game to our opponent, man. He played it very well. He played it much better than us, honestly. I wouldn't say much better, but yeah, he did get that first double, which actually really helped him in terms of positioning. Otherwise, his Calyrex was cooked. And then we would have been fine from there, because he didn't even bring Miraidon, right? So, okay, yeah, but Grimmsnarl on the back was interesting. It actually was, it ends up being good against us because our Chien Pao couldn't really do anything to like a Grimmsnarl in the back there. So, not the best. Alright, this is another very common team. This is the Miraidon Lunala variant with Ursaluna. Okay, this is most likely, and I'm not gonna say most likely. Let's just get the elephant out of the room here. This is Trick Room Wide Guard Lunala instead of like the Calm Mind stuff here. So I think Zamazenta and Chien Pao are definitely very good here, especially like AV Chien Pao with like Ruination stuff. For sure. And then like even if he leads instant shenanigans, great. I think I'll just lead those two, right? And then from there, probably, yeah, we're definitely gonna want like Calyrex in the back, right? And what should be like my last mon here? Could make it Chiyu here, right? I could also bring Ogerpon, right? Especially like, let me check something here. Got the Wood Hammer. Could be good against Ursaluna as well. Chiyu is just so good, like, especially like Scarf Chiyu. Yeah, I kind of like this because, you know, I have pressure with the Scarf. You know, I can always. Oh, I actually don't have Snarl here. Oops. Well then. All right, we'll wing it then. No Snarl. Yeah, well, that's fine. We have 2 fire attacks and we have Overheat and Flamethrower here. All right, so let's manage. Okay, Incin Lunala. You know, very similar to the Incin Calyrex game, right? So here we go. He's got the fake out idea if he wants. But again, I've got body press. So honestly, you know, you're gonna have to give me one or the other. Ideally, maybe you just fake out Trick Room here. And then just, you know, try and position Ursaluna, right? That would be my guess. So, I understand it. So, I'm still gonna go for, like, body press here. And I'm still going to go for, like, Ruination chip damage here. So, either one. Let's see which one do you do. Alright, so fake out into Zom is expected here. Alright, but I get to break out Shadow Shield and do 50% damage. Alright, so that's pretty good. Alright, and this is probably just Trick Room here. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, so he does get that up. He can Parting Shot into Ursaluna ideally here. But, you know, we do have the Sucker Punch play if he does do it. The question is, does that KO? I'm still going to click Body Press. And I can still click Sucker Punch here. Let's see what happens. And which slot does he Parting Shot here? He's actually just going to Hard Swap Lunala here. Is this probably Ursaluna? This is most likely Ursaluna. Yeah, there's the bear. Alright, so Sucker Punch gets whiffed. Alright, Instant probably Parting Shots. Oh, it's actually, yeah, it's just U-turn. Alright, so it's probably AV. Alright, so something is taking the body press. Oh, it's probably just Lunala, right? Yeah, good play. Alright, reposition the board like this, so this way the fighting attack gets whiffed. Yeah, that's a good play. Alright, and then the body press does nothing. Yeah, great play. Great play. Alright, so now we have ideas. Alright, well, not great ideas, but again, we can still, like, wide guard here. Ideally, you can still, like, facade and whatnot. Just have to stall out these Trick Room turns. So what I can do, I can still, like, protect here. Just, like, not take super, super big damage. And this is probably just maybe wide guard Earthquake, in my opinion. I can still, like, Ice Spinner and whatnot. Just deal, like, some damage here. We'll see. It's actually just straight Terra. Wow. Okay. Is this the Ursaluna? Or is this the Lunala? It is the Lunala. Alright. It is now Terra Fairy. Alright. Well, I wasn't attacking that. It's probably Moonblast then. Alright. We'll protect here. Okay. It is just Headlong Rush. That was definitely going into Zamazenta here. Alright. And is this in fact... Oh, it's actually just double into the Zamazenta. So good protect on us. Alright, and now we'll get some free Ice Spinner chip damage here. And again, we are intimidated and we don't have any attack investment, so this is not going to do as much as one would like. Yeah, you know, not amazing. But the burn chip is actually going to help us here, just because it's still helping us chip away at the Ursaluna here. So again, Headlong Rush and then Moongeist Beam, not amazing. We might just have to Terra here. But, you know, I still like my... Steel coverage here. Okay. I could just give him the Chi-Yu now. What does he have? He's got Miraidon. He's got this and Miraidon. So maybe I can give him Chi. Oh, I don't want to give him the Chi-Yu actually. Alright, I think we can just body press the Ursaluna still. And still go for Sucker. Oh, no, wait. I clicked that wrong. Well, we're cooked. Alright. We'll have to see how this manages. Alright. Ideally, he probably just clicks again. Oh, this is Terra. That's right. It's Terra Dragon, not Terra Grass. Okay. I think he just does it. Oh, he actually just wide guards here. Alright. So, this is probably just Earthquake then. Alright. So, that ends up whiffing anyway. Yeah. Wow, what if I wide guarded that? And then just went Ice Spinner into the Ursaluna. Alright, Chien Pao goes splat. Yeah, we haven't been really positioning the Chien Pao all that well here. Alright, there's the body press. We get rid of the Ursaluna at least. Alright, but now that he's Terra Fairy, we have options, right? Because we can click, you know, the heavy slam into that. I think getting Calyrex here, again, with the Protect here is going to be, like, good. Let's see what this is. It is Incineroar. Okay. So now, how many turns of Trick Room are there, is my question. Alright, that's the big thing. Now, he does get another Intimidate, which probably means Heavy Slam is not going to pick up here. It's got one turn, so what we could do is just, like, you know, Encore and do all kinds of funny stuff. So we can protect the Calyrex first, and we can technically just double protect here. Let me see what he does. So we'll double protect here, then we can Encore. It's actually swapping the Incin. Wow, okay, so he just wanted he didn't want to get body pressed here. Alright. Oh, it's Whimsicott. What? No Miraidon? Okay, alright, well, hold on a second. Alright. So now he might just Encore us. Right? Alright, there's another Moongeist Beam. Okay. This gets a little bit more interesting. Okay, so Dimensions return to normal. He probably might just click Tailwind here. Moongeist Beam comes out and whatnot. And then it's just Incin and the rest of the world. So honestly, we can just do this. And then technically just Astral. We are Sash anyway. So I want to see if this works. It's actually just, yeah, this is probably just Incineroar coming in, right? So he's doing a lot of pivoting. This might just be, you know, just Tailwind and whatnot. So, you know, again, making my Heavy Slam whiff. So he's going to resist both of these. Right? And there's the Encore, like I thought he might try and do. Alright. So there's a Protect, our Calyrex. Alright. Heavy Slam comes out. Could have even Heavy Slammed that Whimsicott there. Alright, what are the chances that this thing is Sash? Okay. I mean, I still want to click Heavy Slam here, right? And then I'm still just busy clicking Protects and whatnot. We still have Chiyu in the back for our needs. He might just Encore us. I have an idea. Let's do it like this. Alright. Now, if this is just fake out Moonblast, alright, great. But let's see what he decides to do here. Our opponent's playing much better. Yeah, okay, it's just fake out there. Alright, and it is just Moonblast. Okay, that was his other play. We do live. So he was willing to give me the Calyrex Astral. Alright. Now we might just have to protect here and just go for broke. You know, which is Heat Wave stuff. I think that's like our best play here. Okay, and this might just be Tailwind, who knows? It's actually, oh, it's Light Screen. Oh, that's good for him. Okay, let's see what happens. Alright, here's the Heat Wave. Can we get the Whimsicott? We actually don't get the Whimsicott. Super bulky. Alright, thank you, Light Screen, for them. Alright, it's just knockoff. There goes our Scarf. Not that we necessarily needed it. Okay. We're still in the tough spot here. Especially if he clicks Tailwind and whatnot. Yeah, not picking up the Whimsicott was not great. Kills this. Yeah, we don't really have a great way to beat it. I think I just have to go into this and just go Heat Wave again. It's not amazing. Yeah, who would have thought, you know, I can't beat the Instant. Right? But here we are. Let's see what he does here. Yeah, there's the Tailwind as expected. Now, where does the Incineroar go with this? Alright, it is just knockoff into my Calyrex. Alright, we're down to 1 HP, of course. Now, we'll get rid of the Whimsicott here. Right, but again, he does have Tailwind support. So, not amazing. Okay. And now he brings in this thing. Alright, there's a Miraidon. Okay, I don't have a whole lot of turns to work with here. I've got 3 turns, and he's got 3 turns of Light Screen. Not amazing. And he's just clicking knockoff. I can't really do a whole lot except, like, protect here. You know, again, this is just, like, an obvious protect. I can give him the Zom, but what good is that? Okay. I think he's just faster than everything I've got. Okay. We're just gonna have to hope for an overheat blow up. I hope that works. Alright, protect here. We just have to live first and hope that the Chiyu lives the double up. I know he's gonna definitely go for the double up here. Yeah, he went there. Now, do we live? Oh, we do live. Where did the Instant go here? Oh, he went into the Calyrex. Wait a second. He's giving me a shot here. I've got a shot if this KOs. I've definitely got a shot. Hold on. We blow that up. Oh, bro, Light Screen. Oh, man. Yep. That wins him. Alright, so we just need to get the double. Oh, that's so unfortunate. We still got 2 more turns. Next turn we'll have 1 more turn. Okay, so the only way I win here is if I protect and he goes for the yeah, I don't even know how I beat this. Yeah, I think he just has me here. I'll just click this. Alright, we do get a double, which is kind of funny. We do get the double. Alright, and there is the Moonblast going into the Calyrex slot. Alright. And here is the knockoff. Yeah, that's the correct play. Alright, good play. Wow. If that picked up, the game is over. Right? Because, if, you know, Instinct can't beat Zamazenta once the tailwind is done. Now, I don't have a... There is only one other play I've got, and that is the triple protect. So will Calyrex get the triple protect and rob our opponent here? I think now he just doubles it. Is there any other thing I can do? Alright, we have to go for the triple. Okay? And then over here, I think we just go for regular protect. Can we get the triple? No triple. Alright, GG's to our opponent. Yeah, he gets me here. Yeah, no, honestly, like, he just played much better. You know, the fact that I was able to at least prolong it like this is, you know, at least kudos to us. Alright, but he actually went over there, believe it or not. Okay. Alright, so light screen wears off. There's not a whole lot we can do. You know, I'll just click body press over here just because, but there might be a world where knockoff just doesn't pick up there, but I can't imagine it not. Did I have another play? Tough to say. But yeah, if that overheat picks up, then we just win. But again, he overall just played much better than us in this game. So yeah, kudos to Cao Cao. Alright, so there's the team one more time. Thank you, Yuyan Poke, for sharing the rental. Again, the Poke Paste is also in the video description below. And by the way, you know, just as a side note here, we passed 12,000 subscribers on the channel there. So, you know, thank you all for watching, you know, our content and helping us continue to grow our VGC community. And hopefully we can get 15,000 by the end of the year. That is the goal. I don't know if we can quite get there, but we can try, right? But anyway, so we'll see what happens with like Assault Vest Chien Pao moving forward there. I think that's, you know, pretty cool development as we get closer and closer to the World Championships, less than a month away. And you know, you'll definitely see some people, you know, using the squad and testing it out and whatnot. Because again, if you're not running Life Orb on the Calyrex, ideally that's supposed to be on the Chien Pao, but Yuyan had other ideas and instead wanted to go with the AV and go with the relatively bulkier Chien Pao set here. All right. Anyway, other than that, Zamazenta, Chiyu, Ogerpon, they did very normal things. Ogerpon was actually really good, especially against that Volcarona game too, right? Where we pressured it into Terra and then making it weak to Chien Pao later on. But yeah, all right. Here's the rental. Give it a go. Let us know how you do. We'll be back with another video in the next one. Peace out, guys, and have a good one.